Today we're jumping into the story of Indian all-rounder Washington Sundar, specifically that incredible maiden Test century he scored back on July 27th, 2025. It happened during India's draw against England, fourth Test Manchester. And our mission really is to unpack why this wasn't just, a personal achievement for him, but why it was actually a pretty significant moment in Test cricket history. Let's dig in. Many listeners probably know Washington Sundar, but maybe for those who don't follow cricket quite as closely, could you give us a quick background? Who is Washi? What's his game about?
Yeah, sure. So Washington Sundar, he was born October 5th, 1999, down in Chennai. He's a left-handed batter, bats sort of middle order, and bowls off spin. He actually debuted for India quite young, back in 2017, across the different formats. His Test debut came a bit later, January 2021. That was against Australia. People call him Washi. And he's really developed into what you'd call a bowling all-rounder. Plays in the IPL, of course, currently with Gujarat Titans, and he's done stints in county cricket too. He just brings this, versatile skill set, bit of batting, a bit of handy off spin. Very useful.
Right, that versatility. And it was absolutely on display in what some are calling the Manchester Miracle. So take us there. Old Trafford, July 27th, 2025. What was the situation? How bad was it for India when Sundar came in?
Oh, it was tense, really tense. India were looking down the barrel, honestly. They were facing this huge deficit, 311 runs in the second innings. A humiliating defeat looked likely. But then this lower order pair, Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar, they just dug in. Unbelievably, they put together an unbeaten 203-run partnership for the fifth wicket. It completely salvaged a draw for India from, well, almost nowhere. Real grit.
Incredible stuff. And Sundar's individual score, 101 not out. His first Test 100. Is it fair to say, for a lower order guy, getting that maiden ton under that kind of pressure, batting with Jadeja, that's something special?
Oh, absolutely. Very special and very rare. Sundar got 101 not out, faced 206 balls, hit 9 fours, a 6, his maiden Test 100. And Jadeja at the other end, also brilliant, 107 not out himself.
Wow.
But the key thing really was just how long they lasted. They batted for nearly 2 whole sessions, just grinding down a tired, depleted England attack. It was, immense resilience.
And that resilience, that duration, that's kind of where the off-field stuff started to heat up, wasn't it?
That's right. Just as they were both getting close to their centuries, things took a surprising turn.
England's frustration was becoming pretty obvious.
Yeah, you could sense it. And then, with both players in the 80s, getting closer, Ben Stokes, the England captain, he actually walked over and offered a handshake.
Yeah.
Really, let's call it a draw now. And India said no?
India declined, yeah. They insisted, quite firmly, that their players deserved the chance to reach those personal milestones. Centuries.
And the stump mics apparently picked up some colorful language from the England side.
Yes, reports mentioned English players swearing, clearly frustrated, as Sundar and Jadeja just slowly, methodically ticked off the runs.
It really brought that tension to the surface, didn't it? Sportsmanship versus individual goals.
It absolutely did. It sparked a whole debate. You had the traditional view, maybe, except the draw offer, game's effectively over. But then India's coach, Gautam Gambhir, he came out strongly defending their choice.
What was his argument?
He basically said, look, allowing players to reach these milestones, especially a maiden Test 100 scored under that kind of pressure, saving a match. That's not just fair, it's deserved, it's part of the game.
So a real clash of perspectives there. Definitely. It highlights that ongoing tension, Yeah. Team results versus celebrating these significant individual achievements, especially when they directly contribute to the team's outcome like this one did.
It's a really interesting point. So moving beyond just the drama of that moment, why does this century matter so much in the bigger picture? For Sundar, for Indian cricket, what's the lasting significance?
Well, it operates on a few levels, I think. First, obviously, it's his maiden Test 100. That's huge for any player. It just underlined his mental strength, his temperament under extreme pressure. That's a massive tick.
Right.
But maybe more importantly, the innings itself directly saved the match. It wasn't just decorative runs at the end. It denied England a win they probably thought they had wrapped up.
Yeah.
Psychologically, that's powerful.
Yeah, sends a message.
Exactly. It shows the team's depth, their fighting spirit, that your lower order can bat for, almost 2 sessions. That tells the opposition and your own team a lot about your resilience. So for you listening, moments like this, they go beyond the scorecard. They reveal character, strategy, that mental battle that defines Test cricket.
That mental fortitude definitely makes you think about his future. So where does this leave Sundar now? What's his record looking like?
Well, after that match, his Test record stood at 522 runs across 10 matches. That's an average of 43.50, which is pretty impressive. Plus, he's taken 26 wickets with the ball at an average around 28.53. So, solid all-round numbers.
Okay. So heading into the final test at the Oval, what's the thinking likely to be? Is he now seen as more a specialist batter who can bowl, or is he that genuine all-rounder?
That's the interesting question for the selectors, isn't it? Yeah. He's proven he can bat under intense pressure and deliver, but he's also a very capable bowler. What's really compelling, I think, is that calmness he shows, that solid technique. It suggests he could definitely play a bigger role, maybe especially adapting to different conditions overseas. His ability to, deliver when the chips are down seems consistent. That's a huge plus.
So Washington Sundar's maiden test run, it really does feel like a defining moment, doesn't it? Cementing his arrival in the test arena.
Absolutely. And this deep dive, I think it shows why it was so significant. You've got the personal milestone, yes, but tied directly to team resilience. And it had real strategic implications for India in that series. If you connect it to the bigger picture, like we said, it just underscores the depth of talent and the mental toughness in the modern game. Individual moments reflecting that broader team strength.
Definitely. And we really encourage you, if this has caught your interest, to dig a bit deeper yourself. You can check out analysis from places like NDTV Sport. The Economy Times had breakdowns of the draw and Sundar's innings. Also worth looking for post-match interviews, maybe Sky Sports clips where Sundar talks about his mindset during that knock. And for a bit of fan perspective, there was quite a debate on Reddit. One comment that stood out was, I'm quoting here, "I don't understand why England Stokes were so upset India wanted to play like 3 more overs so they could get hundreds. And besides, it wasn't extending the regular play." So question for you to ponder. What stands out to you about that fan's take? How does it challenge or maybe reinforce your own ideas about sportsmanship versus milestones?